That time I got reincarnated as a charming demon by ParadexTM. Holy Knight, Hinata Sakaguchi 2. It has been a year since I have been appointed as the captain of the 10 great saints while being trained by a demon. The world is a foul place, huh? A place that should be wholly filled with demons and vampires at the highest positions while we humans are doing what we want. I personally don't care about it because I can grow stronger thanks to my sensei Rex, and it seems like Luminous-sama doesn't want to harm the humans that are in this holy land. I am not sure about Sophie-sama. She is someone special and claims to have a title of primordial, the strongest demons in existence. Since she was summoned, by the way, because of me hehe. Sophie-sama hasn't made any moves at all. Despite those, in bed, with me nope. Stop, that's enough. Anyways, I like being around her, not because I like her. Not at all. It's only because of her calming aura, yep, that's it. I know that she is Luminous-sama's subordinate at the moment and does some human-like stuff to gain the human faith. I even saw her once trying out holy magic. It was a surprise that she could do that even if it was rather weak. Despite that, she didn't made anything on her own. Isn't it boring? I would have imagined that she sometimes would go out to kill some humans or such things they tell about demons. Anyways, back to me. I became not only the captain of the 10 great saints, but even the head knight of the Pope's Imperial Guard, even when Roy isn't ordering me around at all. That way I just do what the 10 great saints do, killing monsters that are too much for the normal holy knight. After all, it still needs 10 B-ranked holy knights to fight a B-ranked monster efficiently, and we don't need to talk about B+ or A-ranked monsters. Anyways, right now I've been for nearly 2 months at the church in Ingrasha. I saw a few familiar faces like Yuki, who told me that Shizu-sensei is teaching at the Freedom Academy right now. Well, she was and ever will be a teacher, but I don't want to see her because I was kind of a terrible asshole for running away without telling her. You may ask, why the hell am I at Ingrasha? Well, Luminous-sama has ordered me to show some presence here. Not only that, but a demon was seen here and killing him would get my popularity up. Not that I care about such things. The demon actually was an easy prey. It only needed me a few days to follow his footprints in the form of human corpses to find him and kill him forever with disintegration. He didn't have any useful skills for me. So now, after I left the forest to enter Ingrasha again, someone grabbed my shoulder. If it isn't little Shizu, a female voice said, a voice I would never forget. Shizu-sensei? I asked, surprised, and turned around seeing a white black clothes woman with a mask on. It was clear like the sky that it was my first ever teacher in this world. And that's how I ended up in this awkward situation with my demon teacher sitting in front of me, sipping on her coffee without saying anything. I am dead. I heard that you joined the church. It seems like it was true. Did you find someone that can make you stronger? Shizu asked calm. What, how? How did you know all of this? I asked, surprised. Yuki told me that with the church and the reason why you left me. Well, I do know my students after all, she said, still as if she were the calm in person. It made me confused. No, I hated it that she was this calm. Why aren't you mad at me? Or at least angry that I left? I pressed my hands into fists with such pressure that my nails cut open my own hand. Why are you so calm? I asked while my whole body was shaking. Why shouldn't I? The coffee is nice and I can see my student again, so. I jumped up from my seat and slammed my fists into the desk. Hate me. Hate me. Did you hear? Don't be nice to me, you need to be angry. Did why? Suddenly I felt her clothes and warmth as she took me into her embrace, slowly patting over my head. Shish, all she did was hugging me, and yet I started crying. The waitress and guest that looked confused and with pitiful looks at us slowly started to smile and ignore us again. There will always be something that I can teach you, Hinata, if it is about your sword style or your personality. Your pent-up emotions are just basic things, even if it would be with my own death. Just because you ran away like a little child in search of an adventure doesn't mean that I hate you. Shizu whispered me into my ear as I slowly calmed down. The only person that would be able to do this to me is Shizu-sensei. She truly is something like a mother for me. If I think back, it was all just a lie. It wasn't for becoming stronger that I left. I simply didn't want to be extra baggage for her, the so-called fifth wheel on the carriage. Afterwards we left the cafe and Shizu took me to the house she was staying at as a teacher. There we talked a bit. I felt better knowing that she was still the same person that I knew. I even talked to her about Sophie-sama. Of course I let out the fact that we have sometimes sex together, but Shizu was rather interested in her, asking me many questions. Later she told me that she came across a strong demon too. Someone from the black lineage. He killed the greater demons and the archdemon that had lured her into a trap. She remembered his golden pupils, his unique laugh, and that he was strong. I should ask Sophie-sama about this when I see her again. I left out the fact that the church is run by a vampire queen and the demon I told her about is her subordinate. It would make her just worried for nothing. And like that my stay at Ingrassia ended and I left, with the 100 holy knights that I brought to Ingrassia with me, for the Holy Empire Ruberius. In the throne room of the church sitting was Luminous Valentine, next to her standing Sophie. They looked both at the maids below as if they were to behave themselves. Truly pitiful, those lower vampire maids. Their task? To prepare several outfits for a certain individual. Under those was a classic maid outfit and a more revealing bunny outfit. If I were to reveal a secret, those bunnies are Luminous's weak points. There was even a cat outfit. What do you think, Sophie? Perfection, isn't it? Luminous said, her face so serious that you could think Veldora is attacking again. Perfection? Sophie asked with an arrogant voice. The more the merrier, right? She added with a playful tone and sparkling eyes as the maids brought a new outfit out that Sophie ordered a few days ago. This? Luminous' mouth opened slowly in excitement. I call it the present fufufu. This is perfection, Sophie said, smiling brightly. Indeed. Indeed, but it's really revealing, huh? Guess we should save that up for a night together, Luminous said. The maids then left the room together with the special outfit, leaving behind the other three. A few minutes later the huge gate opened, revealing Roy, Louis and Hinata walking towards the throne. Thanks, you can go now, Luminous said simply to Roy and Louis. Both of them silently nodded and teleported outside, closing the gate again and guarding it. Hinata shortly bowed. I am back, Luminous-sama and Sophie-sama. Fufu, welcome back, Hinata. Good work. I hope that was a good trip down there, Luminous said, looking at her prey, smiling. Indeed it was. I met my old teacher and we spoke to each other. I killed this demon as well and we showed our presence in Ingrassia, Hinata answered. Well then, welcome back, Hina-chan, Sophie said, smiling. In that moment a shiver ran down Hinata's spine. Not only does she hate that nickname, but when she is named like that, it is never something good. Hinata then looked to her right and saw those outfits. No. Nope. Never ever. I'm out of here. Have a great day, Luminous-sama, Hinata said, standing up and turning around towards the gate. Not so fast, Hinata. Isn't it normal to try out gifts that you become him? Luminous said as she teleported to Hinata, holding her by the shoulder. Just look at this cute cat outfit here, Sophie said, slowly walking towards Hinata. Haha, fufufu, no. I should have stayed in Ingrassia for my whole life. I was 1 second back and I needed to get dressed in those embarrassing outfits. Only thinking about the cat noises I made while wearing it I could kill myself. But you can't escape those two demons when it comes down to this. Do I have such a great body if it comes to this? Why didn't they do it just on their own? Why me? I am cursed for the rest of my life. Oh, the captain is back, Lytus said, hugging me. She is the only one really close to me. The other ones still want to snatch away my positions and are way too proud to be my friends anyway. Why? I am back. I made a short pause and began to smile. Guess it is training time, guys, I said. Sorry, but I need to vent out my anger somewhere. Run. Run if you want to be alive, Glenda shouted and was the first one to run, but she was stopped by me and faced the ground with her face. Then, who is next? I asked, smiling. Hee. You see, Hinata, the Pope gave me a task, so I'm outta here, Sar said and sneaked away. You aren't even the head knight of the Pope's Imperial Guard anymore, I said with a demonic smile. Now, he suddenly shouted and I realized that they surrounded me. I started to laugh. How interesting. Then let's start training, I said. Well, it was more a beat down than a training, but it helped me calm down a bit. As always, they were all tired out after a simple fight of 2 hours. Seriously, I need to train their stamina somehow. Well, guess you guys did okay after all, I said, sighing, and they slowly stood up together. Sorry you are still relying on your spiritual arts too much. Glenda, it seems like your bullets got faster and stronger. Good work. Light is good work healing everyone, but you still need to hone your attack magic spells. I made a short pause. Fritz, your wind magic is good, but you need to train with your speed in fighting with double daggers more. Bacchius has always tried to use your brain and not your muscles. Leon and Arnaud, you two need to work better together than on your own. And finally Guard, do train your fire magic. I said, finishing my teaching for today. But seriously, this Guard is so weak. If I were to compare him with Shizu-sensei, his fire is nothing more than a little spark, I thought. But now that you are here again, Hinata, the Pope really gave me a mission, so you may take it. I want to rest a bit anyways, Sar said. So it was true, huh? I'll take on that mission. What is it about? I asked him. The holy messenger of God Luminous is setting out on a short journey to clear the land from its dirty saints. She'll be setting off tomorrow, Sar answered. All right, I said, leaving them all behind, walking to my own room. Tomorrow. It is clear that Sophie-sama planned this. Just what are we going to do? I somehow have a bad feeling about that, I thought. Demon in the shadow, my queen, shouldn't we investigate what that demon is doing? She even took Hinata with her, Louis said, looking at Luminous. Luminous just took a few sips from her tea and looked at Louis and Roy. Sometimes I really think that you are stupid, besides being one of the strongest here. Luminous answered simply. But what if? Not what if. How seriously, do you guys know anything about demons? We can be considered lucky that she did nothing over those many years, Luminous stated, interrupting Roy. Still, it could be that she is summoning another demon from her lineage. What, when he is as strong as Rex? We won't stand a chance, Roy said. It is your own fault that you guys can't beat Rex in sparring, and you are forgetting that she is a primordial demon. I have no chance against her at all. She doesn't need the help of other demons to kill me, Luminous said. Roy and Louis went silent, remembering who exactly Sophie was. Despite acting friendly and as a subordinate of Luminous, she still was the primordial of lust. And I can verify that she indeed is the primordial in bed. I mean lust, yeah. Luminous said with a loving smile and a slight blush on her face. So what exactly are we doing, Sophie-sama? Hinata asked me while walking behind me. Luminous-sama told me that there was a small kingdom that refused Luminism and that they are working together with demons, so we are gonna go there and collect some corpses. I said, smiling. So you are going to kill all of them? Hinata asked, surprised. Wouldn't it be enough to kill the demons and the ones that summoned them? I thought about what Hinata said. She was quite right about that. It would be enough to kill those demons for his body. But I am thirsting for some blood. How about we kill all of those nobles that know of that and the royalty as well as the demons, I said. That's okay, I guess. Hinata answered shortly. As we then afterwards entered the kingdom and walked through the streets, I saw something interesting. A mission for adventurers given by the royalty of this kingdom. Has it something to do with his appearance? This is gonna be more entertaining than I thought, smiling. Then Hinata and I proceeded while clothing like adventurers, while not really, just a cape was enough to hide our identity. As we then entered the throne room and stayed low-key among all those disgusting humans, they suddenly made a clear path for one person. Everyone began to whisper with each other, and then an interesting person entered. I could feel the spirit of Ifrit in her, quite a feat for a human to control Ifrit. Sensei, no way, Hinata mumbled to herself, and I could feel that she got emotionally unstable. Who, so Hinata knows this human, huh? Foo, this day is getting more and more exciting, I thought, smiling, and then looked at Hinata. Remember why we are here, Hinata? I said in a somewhat serious tone. Yes, I am sorry, Sophie-sama, it's just. She is your old sensei, right? That one you met at Ingrasha. Don't worry with me here, she won't die even against him. I said. Wait. Against him? Do you know that demon? Hinata asked, surprised, and before I could answer, the minister of this kingdom entered. Adventurers, I bring unfortunate news. Our champions, the 2 silver wings, have passed on. The minister said. What? Those 2? Are you serious? The adventurers in the room instantly spoke up in sadness, fear, and curiosity. What a bunch of idiots. It appears that their bodies were devoured with no trace left behind. The request given to you is to defeat the resurrected demon. In a century-old text we found that the champion Orthos has once successfully sealed away the demon, but we don't know how he achieved such a feat. So we want to rely on your strength, adventurers. The minister said. There is not enough information about the enemy. Are you telling us today? No way we can deal with the demon? The Silver Wings were acknowledged heroes, famous enough to receive titles. How do we stand a chance against the one who killed them? They were all going crazy. Well, I can understand it, after all we are talking about Noir here. By the way, he sure got better in hiding his presence, but still just standing here in midst of the adventurers. He got quite bold, huh? The adventurers all got silent as this Shizu, I guess that was her name, stretched out her hand to ask a question. Who? You must be the renowned hero Shizu Izawa. I'll gladly answer any questions from you, the minister said. If the Silver Wings failed, then it must be a superior spirit. Maybe an archdemon, Shizu said. Ho ho, not bad woman, not bad but still entirely wrong, I thought, amused. The minister responded with a slight nod. Then my question would be, is the demon named? Shizu asked, and the room got even more silent, if not the mood made a 180 turn. I can understand it, after all monsters are getting a lot stronger when they are named if not evolve. No, there are no accounts indicating that the demon had been named, the minister answered. Seriously, how long will this charade proceed? And then, finally he decided to make a move. Kihihi, kahaha, kahaha. What, who is he? I couldn't even feel his presence at all until now, Hinata said, shocked, and her hand was already on her rapier. Stop it, Hinata. He is someone you can't kill, even when he has such a weak body. I said, and could see how she was struggling. But, sensei, as I said, she won't die as long as I am here. So just watch and learn something, I said. Kihihihi. The demon continued laughing like a madman until he then finally began to speak. By looking up to all of us here, you were hoping to build up a kind of cooperating mood, right? The demon said. Unbelievable. He is strong, I saw Shizu with a troubled face under her white mask. What are you saying? The minister said, surprised, slowly walking back. Ah. Don't worry, it's just that it seems that the request is finished a lot easier and earlier than I thought. Kufufu. The demon made a short pause. Captain of the night was it, right? You said if anyone here would dare do something funny they would be seen as demon and cut down. Well, I don't have any desire to listen to you nor play along in this charade. Charade? The knight captain who was guarding the exit asked, outraged. Yes. It was you who summoned the lesser demon just now, Fufufu, the demon answered. Are you trying to mock me? The knight captain said, taking up his longsword, not knowing that he was facing a demon. No, Fufufu. Actually, it saves me quite some time, so I'm all in for it. The request was to defeat a summoned demon, but she didn't say, I couldn't kill only that demon, the demon said with a wide smile on his face. In that moment Shizu stepped in front of the knight captain. Do you intend to slaughter everyone in this room to find the demon? Hinata, seeing this, would have liked to shout at her to stop what she was doing, but Sophie stopped her immediately. Correct, the demon said. My name is Shizu. What is yours? Her hero haki slowly started to activate itself as she was talking. You can call me Kuro, that's what my old friends are calling me, Noir said as his demon haki as well activated. For the humans in this room, they just sensed how it suddenly got windy in this place, but for someone like Sophie it was different. The room was filled with magicules, dark and white, hero against demon and dominating against fearsome hakis. I can't tolerate what you are doing here, Shizu said in a calm voice. Is that so? You shall be the first I kill then, Noir said as he threw his fire magic towards the woman. On contact it exploded, but Shizu was still standing without a scratch. Fire is useless against me, Shizu said as she took out her sword. Fufufu. I see a superior spirit. I see Ifrit. To think that a human can handle him. Noir said, interested, and his eyes fell upon the mask. Well, guess I should play a little with you then. And as such the battle between Shizu and Noir began, and metallic sounds were heard as Noir's sharp hand weapon met Shizu's sword. Sophie-sama, please let me help sensei, Hinata said, watching the fight. I sighed. You are like a little child. You heard it yourself, he said he'll play with her, he won't kill her, there is something more interesting about her as to killing her. I said with a disgusted look on my face. By any chance did you felt that on your own? Hinata asked, surprised seeing her face. Yes, it's an old habit of his, Sophie answered, then as he Enough Hinata. The fight continued and everyone was looking at it with wide eyes, because it was at such a speed that they could barely keep up with what was happening. The room slowly heated up because of Shizu's fire magic. Guess I have to wait a little longer. Come on Hinata, we are leaving. There is nothing that we need here, at least for now Fufu, I said, and started to walk to the entrance. But what about Sensei? I can't. Seriously, this crybaby is getting on my nerves. If you won't listen, I'll kill that woman myself, I said while my eyes turned red. Hinata instantly froze and kept quiet as we walked to the entrance. I used charm on them so that they would let us leave. We could have teleported, but it would be too obvious. And just on a side note, how weak are those humans? The best they could be is C or B rank according to that silly rank system. To be more clear, they would even lose against a lesser demon. Maybe make a bit of a fight in a group, but anything stronger than a lesser demon could just kill them with their breath. PFFT, no need for such lowly beings in my charm world. Die is the only thing I thought while collecting their souls with a smile on my face. Afterwards I looked at Hinata and sighed once again. I should have come alone. That guy has never killed anyone when he put the word play in his mouth, so do not worry about your sensei. I felt a little bad for her. Anyways, afterwards we teleported to a more isolated place and I started to release my aura a bit, not only to calm down Hinata but to attract him. And a few minutes later, Kufufufu. I heard that you were summoned to the overworld. Colorless, Noir said as he appeared in front of me. It's that demon, Hinata said, and instantly got her rapier in her hands. Kufufu, your human toy has quite the killing intent, Noir said looking at Hinata next to me. Enough. Hinata, calm down. As for you Noir, stop referring to me as colorless. My name is Sophie and that girl isn't exactly my toy, I said simply. Is that so? Interesting indeed. That you allowed someone to name you Fufu, Noir said. Interesting that you only have one arm. Let me guess you played around with that mask of hers, I said looking straight at him. Sophie, you are making me sad, Diablo said and made a sad face. I sighed. I seriously hate your personality. It was just for a short time that I was part of your black lineage, and that was so many years ago. And wait, his black lineage? Don't tell me he is. Hinata suddenly began to tremble. Kufufu seems like your toy, there's got some brains at least, Noir said. Seriously, I should just send him back to hell personally with the shame of not completing his request, I thought as anger was filling my body. Noir's face changed instantly and he stopped saying useless things. You are right, I was indeed interested in that mask. It has some time abilities on it, truly a masterpiece anyways, he said. Anyways, you still have a task to fulfill? I know that, and I want you to give me the bodies and souls, I said, glancing at him. Who? I see. Why not do it yourself and I just tag along? Noir asked smiling. You never change, do you? Not even doing me a small favor? I said, shaking my head. I guess sparing your life would count as a greater favor, he said smiling, and the mood around us changed immediately as he then added, anyways, just tag along. This will be fun Kufufufu.